In a close election by any models you look at outside of the fake news polls, we are looking at a lot of crucial issues in this election as we're coming up really close to it. And we're looking at them, examining them, and seeing how they will benefit or even go against the polling and the popular opinion for a candidate for president. And by that I mean climate change. Is this an important issue? No, it's like number 8, number 5, whatever. It's not a big deal. But the point is that a lot of people care about it, okay? A lot of people in colleges. And climate change is crucial into securing the young people vote, which is another crucial demographic for Joe Biden. Now, the issue with Joe Biden is right now that he is not enthusing the youth. So how will he enthuse the youth? As you can see right here in 2019, we are discussing in this main, if you look at the title, we are discussing the Green New Deal. And what is important about the Green New Deal other than that AOC implemented it. And AOC implemented this at right after the midterms. In fact, right before the primary for president for the Democrats began. And what you see in this video is basically her announcing a very flawed plan with tens of trillions of dollars in spending and a lot of things that are really weird. Now, what do I mean by this? People are looking for answers to climate change, okay? Now, climate change is a hoax, whatever. It's completely kind of malarkey. It's put up. It's kind of like, I don't know what to say, but it is a grift, and a lot of people play into this grift, and a lot of people believe in it, okay? Unfortunately. And look, the problem here is that people like AOC make the left look bad, and I'll tell you why. A third of the leftists hate AOC. The center of the Democratic Party do not like AOC. And in order to energize the youth vote, you're probably going to need a Green New Deal. But see, the problem is that will this screw over them in Pennsylvania and places such as this? So we have to look onto YAPMS for a result. If we were to look at the Electoral College map, you can obviously tell that California and a lot of other states such as Hawaii have no risk of going blue no matter what, okay? So let's just grant all the states to the Democrats. This is obviously their firewall, so to speak. And of course, Republicans will have their own. And it pretty much goes to show that we are more or less set up to have a close election no matter how you slice it. But look, the point that I'm trying to make in this video so far is to say that we are looking at a lot of states that might have been in the Biden column or could have been leaning in that direction that are going to be screwed over because of the Green New Deal. Why is this the case? Well, if we look at states like Pennsylvania, states like Ohio, which has some modicum of fracking, and other states such as those, these states need fossil fuels to stay alive. You look at the Iron Range and the coal mines, in a lot of places, these places are going to trend for Donald Trump, and they're going to come out. The non-college educated whites will come out and make up a stronger majority than maybe before because of the fact that they're so enthused against Joe Biden. Okay, so if you were to look at the Green New Deal and we read fake news NPR, you can read it bone by bone. And as you can see over here, we are looking at approximately how many thousands and trillions of dollars that we're going to be losing. Okay, so again, this is all under the pretext that the temperature maybe will go up to centigrade, Celsius. Okay, is that a big deal? I don't know. Look, and honestly, their expectations are completely not doable. Okay, they want carbon neutral in 10 years, when Joe Biden wants it for 250. Okay, 2050. So this Green New Deal is completely retarded. Anyways, look at this. If we were to read the rhetoric that Joe Biden is going for, he's really trying to get the best of both worlds, okay? Secure the youth and the reasonable blue dog Democrats, and that's not working, and we'll look at it right now. Okay, so as President Biden will lead the world to address climate change by ensuring we get 100% clean energy and net zero emissions by no later than 2050. So what does this mean? It means that if we're going to go to 100% clean energy, zero fossil fuels, then we're going to piss off some Pennsylvanians, and I'll tell you why. To say that you're going to get rid of all dirty energy and then you're going to say you're going to have 100% clean energy, that means you're going to ban all the so-called dirty energy, right? Which means all the coal, all the fossil fuels, all the methane, everything, okay? So what does this even mean? It means that obviously you're going after fracking. But of course, he's not going to mention fracking or fossil fuels in the mission statement because that's going to cost him the election. For the people that say, well, the polls say that the Green New Deal is popular, that's fake news, and I'll tell you why. If that is the case, why is Joe Biden not promoting it? And it's because he is losing the election on that issue. So he specifically wants to pivot and somewhat go in the middle of the two pathways over here. Okay? So he wants to make a milestone, okay, which is supposed to be in the first term by 2025. Make a historic investment into clean energy and climate research and innovation. So another empty promise, such as what Obama would have said 12 years ago. Okay? Interesting, right? Build a stronger nation. What does that mean? Build a stronger nation. Well, if you're a part of the government, to build a stronger nation is that you need to seize control of the production of that government and that nation to build it up by your own image, meaning that he is going to verbatim take us closer to communism. Again, he wants to invest on infrastructure, which is okay, but then he wants to do it based off of climate change, which is not popular. So again, we are going for some globalist rhetoric. This is not popular, but okay. And let's keep going. Biden's climate and environmental justice proposal will make a federal investment of $1.7 trillion over the next 10 years. Meaning he's going to invest $170 billion a year. Wow. Wow. This doesn't even make sense. This does not even make sense. Where are you getting this money? Where is the $170 billion? You either get it through taxes or you're going to get it through inflation. They're going to print money. Okay, so again, they're either going for your savings account or they're going to go for your savings account. Alright, so let's keep going. And again, climate change, Biden's record on climate change is retarded. It's nobody cares, not even a little bit. So that is that. Let's keep going down. His plan is very vague, and he's in particular getting out of his way to not go against fossil fuels because he's losing. Okay, so he'll repeat himself over and over because he does not have much to say. Let's keep going. He wants to require aggressive methane pollution limits for new and existing oil and gas operations. So he's increasing regulation on oil and methane gas operations. What does that even mean? It means that he's going to strangle, slowly and quietly, he's going to strangle the oil companies. So he's going after fracking. And he just does not say the word fracking, but he does say, I'm going to kill the oil companies. He's going to slit their throat and let them bleed out. Alright? He wants to get the public transportation system all onto green energy, which means that he's going to get rid of perfectly okay vehicles and replace them with new ones. Well, that's inefficient and that's a waste of money. Remember, we don't have money to begin with. Doubling down on liquid fuels for the future. What does that mean? He wants to invest on biofuels. So let's invest into technology. We have no idea if it'll even work. Okay, great. Thank you. Let's keep going down. As we're going lower in the page, you can see it's getting more redundant, as you can see, and skimming through it is all you need to do to understand that he's retarded. Anyways, let's keep going and read. And as I scroll down, you can see right here that, plane companies are on the verge of bankruptcy. All these companies need a bailout. Boeing, all these companies are struggling right now. And what do? Oh, let's target airline emissions. So we're going to regulate airlines. Airlines are about to die. If we don't bail them out, they will wither away and die. And yet you still want to regulate them. So say goodbye to the airline industry. You're killing them too. Okay, so say goodbye to your airlines. This goes to the Boeing plant in South Carolina, the Boeing plant wherever else you have to worry about Sleepy Joe. Unfortunately, nuclear energy. Okay, he's okay with nuclear energy. That's a popular position. But will this change the far leftist mind? No, that actually pisses them off a little bit. Okay, interesting, right? Let's look again. Electric vehicles. Now, this is a rhetorical point he uses all the time. He wants to build 500,000 new public charging outlets by the end of 2030. What does that mean? Well, he's going to make outlets and power sockets basically for cars. But That's assuming they all use the same plug or the same fundamental technology to charge their vehicles for decades to come. So that's a foolish idea. If you just said we're going to make universal iPhone chargers in 2010 when they were still using the 32 pin connector or whatever, then it would be redundant now because they're useless. They're obsolete. So as soon as the Tesla 15 comes out, whatever, that's going to be obsolete, unfortunately. So we will see how this goes. Also, he's going to increase a tax credit for vehicles that are electric. What does this mean? It basically means that he's going to subsidize the buying of cars that are electric, which will eat into the gas car market, which will cannibalize the Rust Belt car sector, that whatever is left of it anyway. So hurting him in Michigan, again, not good. I'm sure Trump has this in the ads, and he should. Okay, let's keep going. Let me see. This goes on forever. I'm so surprised it's this damn long. Okay, he wants to build jobs around this climate infrastructure. Well, that's more deficit spending. So again, that's not really going to get anybody over to either side. But again, he's at best only tiding the far left. He's not getting any new votes from this thing. Anyways, he's citing green energy initiatives in a lot of other states by Democrats, and again, these are all empty promises for the most part. Okay, and of course he's shilling for Obama because Obama's cool, first black president, whatever. He wants to re-enter the Paris Climate Agreement on day one, which will basically commit us to lowering pollution and other stuff like that, while China gets away with doing nothing in terms of cleaning up its act, or India to clean up its act, for decades to come, for 15 years I believe, something like that. And not only that, but we are going to have to shed jobs in the transition to green energy. And how do we transition to green energy? Through innovation that's natural in the free market? No, that's not good enough. We need to artificially invest and waste money on it, says Biden. Well, where's the money coming from? We're in debt. We're in extreme debt. And that is under Donald Trump. And Donald Trump has not increased spending substantially on virtually anything. And still, the debt's still going up. And you're over here promising for more spending, double the spending almost. And even then, you're increasing taxes by a lot, but not quite enough. Joe Biden wants to tax you $1 and then wants to spend $2 with the dollar. It's just ridiculous. Blowing up the deficit, okay? He wants to also embrace the Montreal Protocol, which is not a good thing either. That'll virtually any regulation on the environment will hurt the economy. The economy matters more than the environment. If I tell you we will hurt the economy even a little bit in the short term for the sake of for maybe the environment in 30 years from now, when Biden's going to be dead, by the way, nobody's going to want that. Obviously. And don't believe the polls. The polls are fake. Again, the polls are fake. Look at 2016. The polls were off. Most of them. Alright? The polls are blood libel. They're god-awful. I hate the polls so much. God dang it. Anyways, we are really doing all of this just to stop the temperature from going up 2 degrees. 2 damn degrees. Really? Is that such a big issue? Really? Do the people in Pennsylvania think that it's too warm in Pennsylvania? Like really 2 degrees? Are you kidding me? This guy seems to not care about his electoral prospects too much. Clearly not enough. And again, of course he didn't read this, nor did he type this out. But again, this rhetoric is going on for too long. Look at this. Now look. He's making a racial issue out of green energy. Are you kidding me? Look at this. Again, as president, Biden will make sure communities receive preference in grant programs. He's making an issue out of blacks making up only 1% of energy jobs. Well, what black people are interested in climate change, right? That's their option if they want to work in green energy. And if they don't, then they don't. Who's interested in green energy anyway? White liberal women? Really? Okay, good. I don't care. That's their problem. Now look at this. Again, people of color and low-income communities are at especially high risk. Why? What Hispanic is going to vote for Biden and say, oh, come on, let's say that the green energy, bro. So nobody cares. Nobody cares. Gosh. Yeah. Anyway, let's keep going down. Oh my god. This is going forever. Okay, thank you. Okay, so we're done with the Biden plan. Now you know what the Biden plan is. You know what AOC is doing. She's retarded, bam, cow farts, and planes. We are going to look at the electoral map. Okay, now this is the map if Joe Biden had the energy policy of Obama, which was okay with fracking. This is what would happen, okay? We would see an election that is not too bad, okay, for Sleepy. It would not be too bad. We're talking about an election where you're more or less winning by a good margin, honestly, and he's just throwing it away. He's just simply just gutting it. He's just killing it. He is killing it. Look, this could be us, but you're playing. This could be us, but you're playing. All right, Biden. Again, this is gonna constitute the election. All right. So again, if it were based on the energy issue, Joe would not be losing so many votes as he is now on the climate. But again, let's quickly click through all of these so that we can get the point done. There you go, Pennsylvania lean. He would win the election off of this basis, okay? This is how important the fracking thing is. Now, because he's for banning fracking, and we have evidence of him doing so, of saying so, let's do the map now. Oh, you're against coal and iron? There you go, bam. You're against tariffs? Bam, Minnesota's red. Tilt, Wisconsin, tilt, Michigan. Oh, and the Holy Grail of them all, keep track. Pennsylvania is going tilt R. Fracking country, Western Pennsylvania, will go for Trump because of this retardation, because he's for anti-fracking, and he can walk it back all he wants. The damage has been done. The damage has been done. Quote me on that. Pennsylvania, if Biden loses, is probably because of the fracking, and if he had a different energy standing, he would have won the election. Now, quote me in a month and we'll see what happens. Anyways, guys, thank you for watching, and also thank you Democrats for being retards on the energy. Now you just gave Trump probably a 5 to 10% better chance of winning the election just based off of the energy policy of Joe Biden, and this is why the Green New Deal will screw over the Democrats in 2020. Thank you for watching.